Let Me Die in His Footsteps, a recipient of the Edgar Award, is a novel by Lori Roy that delves into the secrets and haunting history of two generations of women in rural Kentucky. Their lives take a chilling turn when a body is discovered on a neighboring farm, unraveling family mysteries and hidden truths. This literary thriller draws loose inspiration from the final public hanging in the United States, which occurred in Owensboro, Kentucky, in 1936. Let Me Die in His Footsteps presents a gripping narrative through alternating chapters. In the first storyline, set in 1952, we follow Annie Halloran as she defies family prohibitions and ventures to the Forbidden Baines farm, located nearby. The second narrative delves into events that transpired 2 decades earlier, focusing on Annie's Aunt Juna and her connection to Joseph Carl Bain, one of the Bain brothers. Annie has always unsettled the inhabitants of the small town with her uncanny sixth sense, referred to as the know-how, a trait she shares with her infamous Aunt Juna. After a death and execution shook their rural Kentucky county, Aunt Juna mysteriously disappeared nearly 20 years ago. Unlike her notorious aunt, Annie is not malevolent, but her fascination with foreseeing the future captivates her. In 1952, Annie embarks on a nighttime journey to the Bain family's land in search of their well, hoping to catch a glimpse of her future husband's face in the water, an age-old tradition among local Kentucky girls known as ascending. Separated by vast fields of lavender, the Bain and Halloran farms serve as the backdrop for Annie's clandestine expedition, as she tries to evade her watchful and protective mother, Sarah. However, instead of reaching the well, Annie stumbles upon the lifeless body of a woman on the farm. This discovery reignites memories of a previous murder that haunts both the Halloran and Bain families. Annie's striking resemblance to her Aunt Juna, with her captivating black eyes and alluring appearance, only exacerbates the situation, shattering the Hallorans' hopes of leaving their dark past behind. To compound the already tense situation, the lifeless body discovered on the farm belongs to Cora Bain, an esteemed member of the elder Bain family. As the narrative progresses, it transports us back in time to the events of 1936, when Joseph Carl Bain was captivated by Juna's enigmatic black eyes, which compelled him to behave in unimaginable ways. This story unfolds through the perspective of Sarah, who is not Annie's biological mother but her adoptive aunt after Juna, her birth mother, left town. Sarah recounts the peculiar circumstances leading up to her brother's death, Juna's violation, and the subsequent accusations leveled against Joseph Carl Bain. According to Sarah, her brother's demise was not as straightforward as Sheriff Erling Fulkerson, the lead investigator, wished to believe. The violent death in the serene rural area sparked fury among the locals, prompting Fulkerson to swiftly make an arrest and prosecute Joseph Carl for the murder of the younger Halloran brother and the assault of Juna Halloran. However, Sarah, aware of her sister's dark powers, harbored doubts about Joseph Carl's guilt, unlike certain members of the community. Others shared her skepticism, and as the case unfolded, the relationship between Juna and Joseph Carl grew increasingly sinister and complex. Ultimately, Joseph Carl met his fate at the gallows, providing a half-hearted sense of relief to Fulkerson and the community, although a lingering suspicion remained that something undisclosed lingered beneath the surface. With the discovery of Cora Bain's body, Annie and her sister, Caroline, dread the prospect of Aunt Juna's return. The childhood taunts and rhymes about Juna have haunted the sisters, with Annie being particularly apprehensive due to her awareness of her shared powers and dark lineage. As the book unfurls, the identity of the murderer is unveiled, intertwining with the revelations of the Halloran family's long-held secrets. The outcome is an atmospheric crime novel that evokes the essence of Southern Gothic storytelling. Lori Roy is a renowned author celebrated for her compelling mystery and crime novels, several of which have garnered prestigious recognition, including nominations for and wins of Edgar Awards. Notably, her debut novel, Bent Road, secured the coveted Edgar Award for Best First Novel, while her second book, Until She Comes Home, earned a nomination for Best Novel. Displaying her signature style, Roy's most recent work, The Disappearing, unfolds in the rural landscapes of Florida, exuding the distinct atmosphere of Southern Gothic fiction that has captivated critics and readers alike. A trailblazer in her own right, Roy holds the distinction of being the first woman to be honored with both the Edgar Award for Best Novel and Best First Novel. Residing in Florida, she shares her life with her family, finding inspiration in the diverse landscapes of her surroundings. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did and be sure to subscribe. Thank you.